Today on the Tiger Lacrosse Report, we'll review the Tigers game against the Ohio State Buckeyes. Get ready, fans. The Tiger Lacrosse Report starts now.
For an athlete, there's nothing scarier than a torn ACL.
Athletes trust us with their care and their careers because we're a recognized leader in sports medicine.
Get back to your active life sooner with MedStar Sports Medicine.
Wise Market's ice cream plant is based in Sunbury, Pennsylvania, and locally owned and operated. We've been making our ice cream for nearly 50 years. We create roughly 70 flavors of ice cream right now. We use local ingredients, especially our cream, which is from our milk plant. The cream is what gives our ice cream a rich and creamy texture. Now, together with our customers, we've created a product called Peanut Butter Indulgence, which will be coming out this summer. It's a peanut butter ice cream with sea salt caramel swirl and chocolate-covered pretzel. How could you go wrong with that? Personally, I love our ice cream. If you come to our house at any given time, you'll find at least 5 packets of ice cream in our freezer. Our kids grew up eating Wise quality ice cream, and now we get to treat our grandchildren to it. It's been a pleasure for me to be tasting ice cream for over 40 years for Wise Markets, and I'm loving every minute of it.
Hello, fans, and welcome to today's episode of the Tiger Lacrosse Report. I'm your host, Spiro Morekas. The Towson University Tigers battled the Buckeyes of Ohio State last week and the elements. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Up top to Pfister. Pfister feeds it down low. Moving in is Jasinski. He shoots. The ball's loose in front of the cage and then rolls into the goal. I don't know who they're going to give credit to that one for, but a goal for Ohio State as that thing just rolled into the goal. There was a scrum. 1-0 Ohio State with 2:32 to go in the first. They give Buckley credit with the goal. Leclerc to Buckley, back to Leclerc. Teams are at even strength. Feed down low, ball knocked away. Rolling loose, but Leclerc comes up with it. And he'll pass over on the far side. So the Tigers kill the penalty, but of course the Buckeyes still with the ball. And there's a shot and score from 12 yards out. Eric Fennell with the goal, and it's 2-0 Ohio State. Lynch gives it back to Mazza, moving to his right, pass top right to Tyler Young. Young coming down the right side. Feed behind to Drenner. Drenner up the left. Feed up top to Sider. Joe over to his right to Lynch. Lynch shoots and scores. So Mike Lynch with his 4th goal of the year. The Tigers have cut the lead in half. It's now 2-1 Ohio State with 5:13 to go in the first half. Feed back behind the cage. Turn, shot, score. Jack Jasinski, and it's 3-1 Ohio State with 3:38 to go in the first half.
And that goal by Ohio State just a result of an unfortunate call that did not go against the Tigers. It went against the Tigers.
Now he'll come up the left side. Looks. Oh, if anything, he'll give it the defensive breather. Absolutely. Drenner. Turn, shoots and scores. Ryan Drenner up the right side. Stuck it in the bottom right corner. The Tigers down 3-2, and Mr. Drenner with his team leading 13th goal of the year behind. 2:50 to go in the third. Mazza feeds up top to Sider. Crossfield pass to Conan, who shoots and he scores, and we're tied at 3. Tyler Conan with the goal. That's his 3rd of the year. On Bodden, comes down the right side. Flips it to Fennell. Fennell coming down. He'll shoot and score. Vanell with his 10th goal of the year. And the Buckeyes retake the lead 4-3 with 13:05 to go. He stuck it right over the right shoulder of Josh Miller.
The Tigers fell to Ohio State 6-3. Towson is now 4-2 on the season and ranked 16th in the polls. As always, I'm joined by the head coach of the Tigers, Shawn Nadelen. And Coach, obviously the game conditions were not great, but both teams had to put up with them that day against Ohio State. It's kind of odd. The last 3 years now, the home team has lost every game in that series.
Yeah, Ohio State's a good team, a good program. Obviously, they're on the schedule for a reason, and we just didn't really step on the field ready to play our best. For whatever reason, we weren't focused, we weren't efficient, and obviously Ohio State was, and they took advantage of that. They outworked us on the field, which is a tough pill for me and for us as a program to swallow, being outworked in a game. But that's what they did, and a learning experience for us as a program right now.
Any hangover from the Hopkins game, you think? That you had that big win against your crosstown rival that you haven't had many wins against through the years, and now all of a sudden here comes Ohio State 3 days later?
Possibly. I can't see it being too much of an impact, to be honest with you, because we got a pretty experienced group, guys that were on that team 2 years back when we beat Hopkins, and being able to push forward from that and step on the field and play. Honestly, I just don't think we were excited to play for whatever reason on Wednesday, and that's on me. As a coach, you communicate it, you try to find the inspirational words in the pregame, speech and everything, but we didn't come out with enough fire in our bellies to play against a good Ohio State team.
You were down 3-1 at halftime. What did you say to the group then? I mean, you probably sensed then that maybe the extra energy wasn't there.
I sensed it before the game, honestly, and so I tweaked a little bit of what I was going to say, and then trying to spur a little bit more of the excitement, from the guys. But at halftime, again, we weren't great. We were strong defensively, but we weren't great clearing the ball. So trying to clean up that. Offensively, there was just no real rhythm. We didn't get the ball a ton due to turnovers on both ends of the field. So we weren't able to really get a lot of rhythm going on. So we wanted to understand that we want to get some more quality possession time, be able to spin the ball, be able to make the ball work. Felt like it was getting stuck in Ryan's stick a little too long, and it just didn't. We didn't come out of halftime, as best we could have, even though we tied the game at the end of the third quarter. So.
One thing that really stands out is Joe Sider against Hopkins had maybe one of his most efficient games ever. 4 goals on 7 shots. We saw against Loyola, he didn't have a great day. He was 0 for, but he was aggressive. Against Ohio State, he only took 1 shot the entire game. Was it something that they were doing to him?
Well, they were paying attention to him, which I think the majority of teams do. And I just don't know. Joe definitely didn't feel 100%. I know that day due to his his hip injury, and we either got to see that and take him off the field and insert somebody else who can actually give us what we need, or Joe's got to try to give us as much as possible. But it wasn't as much as we were hoping for, and Ohio State was doing a decent job extending and stuff, but not just Joe, but as an offense as a whole, we weren't moving well on against Ohio State.
And then Alex Woodall had his first tough day against Ohio State. What was it that they were doing at the face-off circle that kept Alex from being successful? Withers
is one of the better guys in the country, Ohio State's face-off guy, and he did a great job countering, whatever Alex was going to try to do. And that's a credit to him. He studied Alex. He was ready for the game. We were too. The first one went almost exactly the way we wanted it to go for the whole game, with Alex winning the clamp, getting it back to our wings. We wanted to keep the ball away from Withers. He's terrific off the ground, a very strong ground ball face-off guy. We just couldn't get enough pop on the ball back to get it to Goodrich, on the first one, and that was kind of, the way we wanted it to plan. And Alex struggled at the face-off X. Connor got in, got the first one. He won the clamp on the net on a couple of them, but Withers was able to counter and be more defensive-minded and got some lifts, kept the ball on the ground, and was able to win it that way.
Well, you did tie it up at 3-3. Unfortunately, Ohio State was able to outscore you 3-0 in the fourth quarter. So, after the game, what was it? What kind of takeaway did you have with the players?
We were just disappointed. Disappointed that we didn't step on the field ready to play. We only got a 12-game regular season. There's only so many chances to get out there and compete when you get that game jersey on, and that was something that was disappointing, especially with the senior group that we have. That we weren't ready to go. So we communicated that. Obviously the missed opportunity against a very strong quality opponent in Ohio State, and the fact that we didn't. We're not building in our consistency. Throughout the season, we're very inconsistent right now in regards to playing well, not playing well, playing well, not playing well. So if that path continues, hopefully on Saturday we get a good outing. So.
Thank you, Coach. That will do it for us for today's episode of the Tiger Lacrosse Report. Join us next time when we preview the Tigers game against the Pioneers of Denver. For head coach Shawn Nadelen, I'm Spiro Morekas. Thanks for joining us, and as always, go Tigers.